Hello, everyone.
Welcome to the Jack-Off Blokes.
Every time this guy tries to interrupt my flaming intro.
That's the intro.
Welcome, guys, back to the Average Blokes podcast, where we here on this show prove that we're above average. And to do that with me today is Troy. How are you going, Troy?
Welcome.
Yes, that's would be the better way to do it. But anyway,
It's time to start.
Yeah.
I was trying to do the meme where he's like, "Welcome." I should have gotten out of the room, sat down on the chair like this, and gone.
This rookie,
Welcome.
absolute amateur. Can't
Hey,
even.
I think things on the flash.
Yeah. So anyway, if you're listening, watching, sit down, relax, get your cup of water, have a sip,
Maybe I should get Courtney to make me some tea.
and have a tea. Get your partner to make you a tea.
Have some Yorkshire tea.
So anyway, how have you been, Troy?
I've been good. I'm just trying to figure out how to make you big again.
Ooh.
There we go. No, I just went full screen.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
Pretty good. Work was fun. My mate Christian is doing a few jobs for our company, which is nice. So
Yeah,
I get to work with him again.
Is that why you hang up on me?
That is why I hung up.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
How do I put us next to each other again?
You double click the window somewhere. Double click on the Discord thing.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a fun day
Yeah.
today. I had to drive an hour and a half to the city.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, traffic was not fun, but anyway, I don't have to go back there anytime soon.
Why did you have to do that?
It was a job in the Royal Children's Hospital. So,
Okay.
yeah, and that's in Parkville, which is on the west side of the city, inner west. But yeah, traffic, it was not fun. But anyway.
Just looking for a background. There we go.
He's got to get that.
There we go. We got the good one.
Got to get that Discord blur back.
I forgot. I got to save it. Hold on.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a perfect. If you finish talking about life,
Yeah,
or would
sure.
you like to continue? This is a perfect way of going into our little topic for today.
Ooh.
Since our topic will be technology,
Yes.
which I'm currently struggling with Discord, which is it's a fancy that fandangled communication system. What is a Discord? Discord? Do you put it in your CD player? There we go.
Well, it's funny that you say that because Discord as a word itself actually means something.
My Discord, it means talk.
It means, it means disagreement between people.
No, that's not what it means. It means more debate.
If you literally use technology to ask Google to define what Discord means, it says disagreement between people, lack of harmony between notes sounding together, and...
I'm Googling it right now, so you can.
If you Google define Discord...
I searched term, but it came up with terms and services.
Of course you got to get that.
F5. And then it comes up with define the terms and services.
Oh, gosh.
Here we go. Definitions, synonyms.
It's funny that you brought up Discord first thing because probably about 2 or 3 hours before this podcast when recording, apparently Discord went down.
Oh wow, really?
Apparently.
When did this happen?
I don't know, but apparently there's something that's essential to Discord and a bunch of other programs. That's Cloudflare. Apparently Cloudflare runs like a whole bunch of major websites. And
I've only known Cloudflare for downloading free games illegally.
Cloudflare said on Tuesday it resolved a widespread outage earlier in the day that affected a large number of services, including FTX, whether that is Discord, and a few other programs.
It's gonna affect my FPS. That's no good. I don't know what that fandangled FPS does, but I know it's not good.
So Cloudflare look after FTX, Discord, Omegle, DoorDash, Crunchyroll, NordVPN, and Feedly.
Oh no, not Crunchyroll. How do I get the dubs?
How do I get the animes? How do I get my animes?
What is them animes? Every time I do that, I put on an accent.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Every time I do an old man accent, it's not Australian. Yeah, what the heck is a bloody anime? I gotta do the American. I want them animes. Back to the Discord thing though. It says lack of agreement among persons, groups, and things. Tension or strife resulting from lack of agreement. A confused or harsh sound of mingling of sound.
Oh, you use Go Duck, or don't you?
So I was right. It was a discussion.
You use Go Duck though. You don't use Google, do you?
Of course, I use DuckDuckGo. I don't
DuckDuckGo
want people
even.
know. I don't
Of
know
course.
I don't want people to know my location. Even though I use Google when I want to find a restaurant near me.
Or use Google Maps.
I literally I gotta type in like restaurant near me, and DuckDuckGo goes, oh, there's a restaurant in Melbourne. Yeah, I'll drive all the way out to Melbourne.
Yeah.
It's not too far a drive, but it's further than I planned, that's for sure.
So, technology has come a long way. We started off with technology being like, in 1999, they were worried that when it became 2000 that the robots and all the computers would come alive and take over the world. That obviously never happened.
In 2000 they had, what was the event called? It was a big Y2K.
Yeah, Y2K.
It was Y2K. They didn't think the Terminator was coming. They thought all the computers were just going to stop once they ticked over.
Yeah. And I remember seeing some of the pictures of the early computers, and literally they used to be these big...
Preppers.
The early computers were like these massive... how do I put it? Big electrical equipment in a whole room, and that was considered to be a computer. And also, like, I remember my mum telling me when she was at school, computers were just coming in.
Again, Jackson.
Well, go on.
Courtney's currently wearing one of the first computers. It's a watch.
Oh, watch. Good point.
Yeah, you got to think all the way back. Technically, the first computer was the invention of fire.
Well, all right. Let's talk about electronic computer. So yeah.
What invented fire, Jackson? You telling me man figured that shit out?
Man build fire.
No. God send lightning down to strike, create fire for man.
Yes.
The God sent down power to us.
Not man rub two sticks together. No, clearly not.
I'd actually really like to know whether it actually was from electrical fire is how they figured it out, or if it was actually the rubbing of sticks.
Yeah, I don't know. But as I was saying, so my mum, when she was at school, she said when the schools got computers, apparently when they were using calculators, they had to put the inputs in and then they'd send it off. Apparently there was a signal that got sent to somewhere in Adelaide. I don't know if she was making this up, but this is what she told me, and I entirely don't really believe her, but apparently they sent the signal for like using calculators on a computer. They'd have to wait for the signal to come back from Adelaide to get the result on the screen. Apparently that's what happened.
Wait, when was what was this for? When was this?
So my mum was in high school.
When your mum was in high school.
So 1985 probably?
So in 1985, when they wanted to get the calculator to work, they'd send a signal.
Yeah, somewhere in Adelaide. I don't know how it worked, to be honest. I don't know. That's what she told me, but I don't think it's true.
Did they even have dial-up back then?
I don't know. Probably not. Satellite dishes.
Yeah, well...
Original satellite dishes.
Yeah, they wouldn't have had satellite dishes, but I'm pretty sure, I don't know, actually, now that I think about it, that's before our time.
But anyway, yeah, so, going from those days of when, the first electronic computer to now in schools even, every student has an iPad or a laptop or something, which is
that fandangled technology.
Which is annoying because, as soon as you leave school, all the schools become better and everything with their technology. And it's like, I missed out on all these things.
True.
But we had the, because I remember in my year 11, year 12, we had the smart boards. The inclusion of smart boards came in. And for those who don't know what smart boards are, that's essentially the whiteboards, and they have touchscreen on it. There's a projector in the classroom.
Yeah. That was when I went to my high school. When I went to the open day, they showed off the touch boards. Do you know how much we used it?
Not much.
In year 7. I think we used it twice because the teacher's on the computer and she's sitting there going, and it's just it's just what why is it doing that? I'm gonna call the tech guys in. I'll just get the whiteboard marker. I remember it wasn't the first day, but the first week of high school, or the third week, I'm pretty sure it was. The teacher grabbed a whiteboard marker to use that, and she didn't realise that it was a
permanent
marker. Yep. And she started writing, and then she went. And I was like, oh no.
I'm pretty sure they banned permanent markers from our school as soon as the smart boards were a thing. Because that was going to happen very, very often. But
because they had just introduced those too.
Yeah, true. So technology has come a long way, like we just said. It's gotten to a point where there's technology for everything there to aid us as human beings in the world. So like the most fangle dangle thing I've got in my house, I consider a fangle dangle, is our robot vacuum cleaner. Now,
get the doohickey.
Robot vacuum cleaners.
The Roomba, Jackson. It's a Roomba.
Roomba, sorry, yes. So I've got one.
Oh, here's a quick question for you.
Go
right?
on.
So they're called Roombas, right?
Yes.
But that's the brand, right? I was talking to Courtney about this the other day.
Yes.
And it's called Tupperware, right? The plastic containers for storing foods in.
Yes.
But the brand is Tupperware. So is it called a Roomba, or is it called a vacuum
robot vacuum? It's called a robot vacuum cleaner. The brand. I feel like as Australians, we just like to nickname everything, like give everything a proper name. So like,
I think just the first version of something that comes out, that's what it's called.
Yeah, basically. Well, the thing is, though, Tupperware containers, like plastic containers, have been a thing, but it wasn't until Tupperware came along they were.
You said Tupperware containers.
Yeah, that's the problem. As soon as you have a branding thing to something, a certain thing, it immediately becomes that. So like, oh, you got some Tupperware containers? You mean just any plastic containers?
Well, yeah, I said to Courtney, oh, you bought some Tupperware, and she's like, it's not Tupperware. I bought it from the $2 shop.
I don't see the brand name on it. But
true. Anyway, technology is changing all around us every day.
Yeah.
Constantly.
So technology is meant to be making our lives easier day to day, and yes, to a degree, yes, it is. There's just some first world problem issues I have with this vacuum cleaner, right? So I left the robot vacuum cleaner in my room.
Good thing you don't have a.
I've got a power board on top of the bedside table, and then there's a lamp which doesn't touch the ground. But then there's the iPhone charger cable, and then there's another cable for my work phone. I had the iPhone cable dangling down, and so the robot vacuum somehow managed to get it, and it managed to suck up the cable off the charger. So it was still fine though. It was still fine. So it kept vacuuming, and then it got stuck. It got stuck on a pedestal leg of a fan, like pedestal fans. They've got the legs on the bottom, the 4 legs.
Yeah, they can get stuck. Yes.
Yeah, and it's like it started crying out like beep 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 beep. I'm like, oh, what's going on?
You're like, I already got to deal with one baby. Yeah. I'm gonna deal with another.
And basically that's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh, this thing's like a baby. It's like stuck on a leg, which it could have easily probably moved away or avoided in the first place.
I know what you mean. My washing machine won't shut up.
I mean, it's easy to turn it off though. But yeah. So yeah, when I found it, I found the cord wrapped around inside the spinny thing where it sucks up all the dirt and stuff. Still works. Of course, still works. But yeah, it's just like. It wasn't complaining about that. It was complaining about the fact that it's like, I'm stuck on this little ledge of the fan. I can't move. Help.
Well, that's because it already ate your cord. It already ate your charging cord. It did the dog's job for it.
Exactly.
Okay, you don't have a pet. You've got a Roomba.
Yeah. And we've got a daughter who likes to chase the Roomba. It's so funny, though, because, like, anything that has...
Savannah's just
anything that has lights on it,
sitting on top of it like this.
Yeah,
like
funny enough, she actually hasn't tried sitting on it.
It's just going back and forth with her on it, like.
And it's weird too because it's so loud that she doesn't get afraid of it. Like, as soon as it moves past it, she's like, "Oh, I must chase it."
Just her eyes wide open, just watching it.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, also Letitia, my wife, has a Google Home Mini, which she uses mainly just for certain playlists.
You've got one of those?
She'll have a Spotify playlist.
Got one of those? Oh my
obviously,
goodness.
because she's got premium, she gets the ads every so often.
Hey, Google! Instead of Hey Kool-Aid.
It was pretty good.
Someone's made that.
It was a good price though. It was a good price. I bought it for her as a, I can't remember if it was a Christmas present, but yeah,
$60 is pretty good.
Yeah.
Was it $60?
Yeah, probably. It was from JB Hi-Fi. It was a pretty good deal at the time.
Yeah, we got a new Chromecast from JB.
Yeah. Also, another thing we got for our house, which I'm currently using, but it's not in, it's using its effect. I have a smart globe here. There's now the thing is with smart.
Sure. You got a smart globe.
Yeah.
I got a smart globe.
Oh, you got a real smart globe. Your smart globe, big eye brain, big IQ.
Oh yeah, you turn it on, it starts beeping because it's in Bluetooth mode because it's been turned on and off too quickly.
So anything smart these days is all Bluetooth, and you need an app to run it. So
anything smart these days is dumb.
That's true. Remember how we were speaking about the Amazon dumbbells?
Jackson, you are the smartest guy I know. Oh yeah, the dumbbell. That's all. Yeah. Well, no, that wasn't actually a thing. We were talking about something else, and I said, "Oh yeah, we have a dumbbell that tells you how many reps, and it's got like the Google voice, the chick, except she's telling you
Alexa.
to do more reps." Yeah, Alexa, do more. I can't do the voice. Hello, Jackson. You need to do 2 more reps. No, I can't do any more, Alexa.
Perform 2 more
reps. 2 more reps.
You weakling, you piece of piss. You can't do 2 more reps. Yeah. The thing is that people have modded Alexa's voice, and they make it sound like an absolute demon, or heaven's voice angel, whatever. But yeah, it's, like with technology, there's always its ups and downs. Like things have exposures where you can hack into things, and that's the thing with all these smart globes and smart things, because it's only Bluetooth. I'm sure it is easily hackable. Like you just need an easy password, or forget to put a password on. And
don't you know what they can do with Wi-Fi now?
Yeah, basically.
So
Yeah.
I watched the video earlier. Wi-Fi can track where you I don't know how it works, but using Wi-Fi and a camera, it can track your location through walls.
Yeah, it's a bit sus.
like legit. I saw a video and it showed the guy walk around the corner into a house behind a window. As he walked, because there was a little window in the wall, as he walked past the window behind the wall, you see the little stickman figure pop up showing where he is, and even showing him turning around and walking back.
Yeah.
Which is because when you think about it, it's location based. So if it gets a 3D perception of where you are, it can figure out your exact location.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing too, because technology is being used by the government and everything, and the whole Big Brother thing,
not our government.
They're watching you. They are. See that camera up there? They're watching you. Or that person over there, they've probably got a camera on them. They're watching you.
Yeah. Except fortunately, it's not our government doing much of it.
Yeah. Well, that's
I mean, they are doing it, but only to a certain.
Yeah, you've played Watch Dogs, haven't you?
No.
You haven't played Watch Dogs yet? Oh, I thought you...
I know, but I know the concept with the phone and flicking and turning off and on traffic lights and all that stuff.
There's going to be some part in the near future where that basically is going to unfold, where everything and everyone's information can be hacked, and everyone will be found out.
It's already like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was talking... A guy I used to work with, when I was a concreter, he was telling me about how basically their generation fought tooth and nail to make sure that everything was kept private and they kept their privacy. And then as soon as our generation came along, or rather
Gen Z.
Not Gen Z, Gen X came along.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they instantly, basically just handed it all over, because that's when Facebook and everything popped up. And, just every connection. The online... The internet itself, basically, as soon as we got past dial-up, it was just basically, even during dial-up, it was just basically, you could communicate with anyone, anywhere, and your information was just, you'd send it to your friends.
For those who don't know what the dial-up sound was, I'm going to play it here.
Oh, have you got it?
This is an edit. This is a cue edit for Whack Jackson in the post edit. Can you please put the dial-up sound?
Hey, future Jackson.
He'll go back and go why did you want this in it?
Past Jackson is better than you. You need to put in a little tiny edited version of yourself, so I can go, hey Jackson, you pop in through the killer. Your head pops in.
Alright, here it is.
Just take a screenshot of that.
Yeah, so yeah. I'm going to touch on some other things eventually, but is there anything else you want to discuss about technology and how it's changed or helped your life or whatever?
Oh, I could go on for ages. I was thinking just while you were talking, I was thinking about the one thing that's driving me insane at the moment with new technology is new cars. Because just having to console. For example, my work van, right? It's got the cruise control button. Her face is popping in. Yeah, no worries. I'll talk for a little while. So the van's got the cruise control button. You click it in. And you go, right? So you click on, you start, at the speed you're at, it locks that in, and then you can click another button to turn it off, and then you click it again to turn it on. My missus's car, right? It does the same thing, except it's got a separate on and off button to the actual, so you've got a button to turn it on, then a button to turn it off, or to make it, and to turn it back on again, but the button that originally turns it on doesn't turn it off.
So what?
So it basically Courtney's car for the cruise control, right?
Yes.
It's got a button that turns it on, and then a button that pauses it, and starts it up again, but the button that turns it on doesn't turn it back on.
Oh.
So for example, I'm doing 60 kilometers an hour. I push this button in. I do 60 kilometers an hour and I can take my foot off.
Mm-hmm.
I brake, right?
Yep.
If I push that button again, the button to turn it on, it'll reset to the current speed.
Oh, okay.
So it'll go back up. It won't lock in the new speed.
That's okay. Yeah.
And here's the funny thing: to pause it, there's a separate button that you push.
Yeah.
It's well, with my work van, it's the opposite. It's just one button that does it all.
Well, to be fair, wait. So your work car's a Volkswagen,
That's Wagen.
and hers
That's
is a
that's
Volvo.
that's a
what's-
Wagen.
What's
That's a Wagen. Volkswagen.
Is Courtney's car also?
Courtney's
a
car is
Volvo?
a Kia. It's a Kia.
Oh, it's a Kia.
I should not have
Right.
banged it. But yeah.
So Korean. No, Kia is. I don't know what Kia
Korean,
is.
yes. I believe
It is
it is
Korean.
Korean. It's South Korean, yes.
And then Korean.
Or
and
maybe
then
it's North Korean.
German. Yeah, slightly different.
Oh, well, yeah, you should. The worst part for me is they both got, because it's European car versus Korean car.
Asian car. Yeah.
Or Asian car, but it's designed for Australia, is the indicators on the left side for mine, but it's on the right side for Courtney's.
Oh, that's...
So as soon as I switch to one car, the first thing I got to do when I'm pulling out the driveway is just flick one of them to figure out which one's which.
Yeah.
So as soon as I get into Courtney's car, I pull out the driveway, I indicate my wipers come on.
Yeah, I've been lucky because all my cars that I've had and driven are all been Asian cars, like Toyota, Mazda, and a Hyundai for a bit.
Well,
And
I
they-
got used.
Yeah, all
I
have the
got
same
used to it
indicator.
because we used to have my Camry, and then Courtney had the Volvo.
Mm.
So we've reversed cars. Now she's got the Asian car, and I've got the European car.
One thing I will say about cars and their technology is actually CarPlay is very nice. I find like
Oh yes, Courtney's car. Honestly, it's weird because Courtney's got the Android Auto, right?
yeah,
And it's horrible. I hate it. It's so bad. Well, it's the Volvo's just got, because it's an older model. It's just got the Bluetooth
oh okay.
and the touch screen,
Yeah,
and it's perfect. The touch screen is built in. It's not sticking halfway out
yep.
like most of the new ones. You don't have to. I'm surprised people don't have accidents trying to figure out how to use the apps. Like you got to reach over, you got to click this, click that, click that. Whilst with mine, I can just click, done, playing music.
Yeah, no, does Cornish have sat nav included or is it not? No sat nav.
No, it's not. It uses the Google Map.
Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, yeah. Google Maps is so much like everyone's got a GPS now these days. I use my GPS for Google Maps. Sorry, I use my phone for Google Maps on CarPlay, but like half the time I already know where I'm going. But I just like to know the distance and time I have to take to get there. So
That's
like,
fair enough.
Google Maps has really helped me a lot. Like I use it constantly on a daily basis.
Oh, who doesn't?
But like
You know the bad thing though.
What's
the
that?
bad thing about that is that so there's a particular part of your brain that it's basically a sense of direction part of your brain.
Yeah.
They find that people who are taxi drivers who don't really use maps and stuff like that, that part of their brain is actually like not bigger but more. There's more neural connections.
more developed, is that?
More developed is the best way. Yeah, more
Yeah.
neural connections. So and they're actually better at finding their way around
Yeah.
than people who use Google Maps. And it even shows the difference between current cab drivers or current Uber drivers versus old Uber drivers or old taxi drivers.
Wow, you're right. I
So
reckon
you do lose a little something when because 20 years ago, like people were using maps. People were using their we still
Get the big book.
Yeah,
turn
we-
to page 62. All right. From if you're here, turn to page 70. Okay. Turn page to 80.
scroll down. Scroll down.
The old Melways.
All right, we want
Melways.
B6.
They're called
We want
Melways?
B6 and Melways.
Yeah.
For Melbourne, it's Melways. Is it called Adelays?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Adelays.
I
Because
probably,
I know they're called Sidways in Sydney.
probably then.
It's literally SYN way.
Probably
Swyway?
Addelway, I'd say, if it's anything.
Adelaide.
Let me have a
Where
have a
where
look.
do you live? I live in Adelaide. I love
no.
Adelaide.
Okay, Melways. Okay, so there's no... That's not SA roadmap book. SA roadmap book? Doesn't seem to say anything.
You're telling the story, not me.
It doesn't matter. That's fine.
Anyway.
Melway came up, though, first thing.
Melway came up. Melways.
Yeah,
We still got one in the car, but I don't think we use it.
Ian and Andrew have...
Use it.
I think they haven't got one. I remember my dad having one in his old...
You should always have one just in case.
Yeah.
Like literally is one thing where it's like if there was somehow a zombie apocalypse or something like that, or just society broke down and like the internet went down and you couldn't... You'd want a map at least. Like bare minimum is a map.
Well, that's why GPSs are still kind of handy, even though everyone's got a smartphone these days and you can have a map application on there. Smartphones are good for that, but GPSs also as a backup are kind of handy. The only problem is with GPSs is you have to manually update them, like because obviously over time places change, new roads are built, stuff like that, and sometimes maps aren't. GPSs aren't updated.
For my work, because I'm always working in New States, I have to use the government map.
Yeah.
Because that map has houses and estates that don't even exist yet on it.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with our friend Lachlan. He has a certain map there you have to pay to use, and it gives you the latest satellite imagery of certain areas.
I don't pay to use it.
No, that's right. But I'm just saying, like technology is advanced in this way that you get up-to-date imagery. Like, it's not available to the public per se, but like there's maps up there that if you want instant data about what areas are looking like, then there's a program for that. But yeah, you have to pay for that kind of stuff. It's premium.
It's funny because even though I go to like basically 4 times as many jobs as I used to, because I used to just go to one job every single day for 3 days. It was quite funny because, like, I'd ask my boss where the next job is, and he'd go, "So you know this road?" I'm like, yeah. You gotta. If you go down to here where it meets this one, there's this little turn off here, and if you go down there, and and it's just a corner there." And I'm just like, oh, for Pete's sake, just... And I literally asked him. He said he was such a lazy bastard. He couldn't just pull out the thing and say, "This street, this lot, this suburb." It'd always be a journey. Fortunately, he had a big truck with a red caddy, so it'd be easy to, or big red cab. So his truck was easy to find.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and now we've got to the point of AI now, and there's programs and there's bots being made recently, I should say. And
have we?
Yeah,
gotten to the point.
I'm looking at InfoKit, which is a link I sent you. Many people have known about it now for a little while now, thanks to some YouTubers like Markiplier, for example, and a few others who've discussed about it.
Jackson get more subscribers.
What are you Googling?
Subscribers.
That sounds weird to say. What are you
Will Jackson get more subscribers? We're going to go length 500 and generate text.
Oh, you read... Okay, yeah.
From Maryland, he was the only... Will Jackson get more subscribers? From Maryland, he was only able to gain 10.
Yes,
10. Then Will 10. Jackson now have a better chance at? Will Jackson now have a better chance at winning? Jackson will get more subscribers from Maryland. He was only able to gain 10. Then it's repeated itself.
Okay, no. Well, I'm glad you
also,
already started
that a hat, Jake? It repeated itself.
Before the show started, I went ahead and used InfoKit to give me a 1,000 word character story, right? So I've got here with me. I've got 3 stories.
What is the wearing jewels? Sorry, continue.
Oh, that's okay, because you're enjoying reading that one. But
I am recording it. It's just, it repeated itself again and then said something else.
Okay.
It's gotten worse.
I did 3 stories before recording, and one of them is very, very, very questionable, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Oh, Jackson, you should have seen what I did with Courtney the other day.
I don't want to know. I think I do. I don't. Do I? No.
I went as he grabbed her side.
Hey.
I said something along those lines and I went generate. And then as he grabbed her side, hold it there, sexy. He said as he looked, I love this. So as he grabbed, I wrote, as he grabbed to her side, hold it there, sexy. He said as he looked to him with serious expression. As he looked to him, her hand slipped down to her. So it's already gotten confused and written It's already written him instead of her.
Yeah, Dory, this happens. Kind of happens in these ones that I've done already.
I can't move that much, let alone let you pull my pants down.
Oh gosh.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so I'm gonna read these 3 auto-generated stories from InfoKit. So pull up a chair, grab a cup of coffee or whatever, sit up, have a blanket, sit by the fire, as I read you 3 stories written by InfoKit, the website. Here we go. So this is story number 1. So the prompt for these 2 of these were: there were 2 average blokes called Jackson and Troy.
Oh my goodness.
They were not related to each other. This is true. We're not related to each other. Not really. Through marriage, maybe,
Yes,
but
true.
yeah. They were both in their early 20s, nearly, and lived in a small town in the south of England. Apparently, we're British, Troy.
When did the thing pop in? When did it start generating?
After I said
What
the
did
2
you
blokes called
type?
Jackson and Troy.
Oh, okay.
So after the first sentence it generated was they were not related to each other. So it's on a good start. Off to a good start. They were both in their early 20s. I'm nearly there. I'm nearly at 30.
As he grabbed onto her.
And they lived in a small town in the south of England. So we're British, okay?
Jolly good there, governor.
This is where it gets hilarious and unrealistic. Jackson was the quiet one, the one who was always studying and working.
Jackson was.
I was the quiet one.
I say, Jack, old boy.
This is where it gets
aren't
accurate.
you?
Troy was the loud one, and who was always getting into trouble.
Wow, that is actually relatively accurate.
He was a cheeky
that
lad.
old boy there, he's a cheeky bugger, he is.
Well,
yes.
he was a
you worry
cheeky
about
lad
it.
who would not have thought twice about breaking a window or pushing a shopkeeper down the stairs. He was very funny and very unpredictable. Spot on so far. Jackson and Troy were good friends, but their relationship was very strained. Troy was always getting Jackson into trouble, and Jackson always seemed to have the same answer when asked what happened. Jackson never had the heart to tell Troy that his story never changed. Jackson and Troy were both living in a flat in town. They both worked in the same supermarket. Jackson worked in the back of the shop, and Troy worked on the front.
Did you change any of the settings on this?
Yeah, I changed.
So you changed it to rambling?
And then it just ends to saying they had both been working there for a while, and that was the first story. So pretty good. Pretty good. I find it funny that actually, even though it doesn't know who we are, it's just made up a story about us, and some parts are accurate, some parts were not.
I'm gonna stop this. Okay, so I typed in the same thing as you, right? But
Okay.
I accidentally misspelled something. I said Jackson and Troy, her 2 men.
Oh,
I was meant to write were 2 men,
Yeah.
but this is what it generated. Ready? You
Yeah.
ready for this? I'm so glad you're back. I missed you. I'm so glad you're back. I'm so glad you're back. I'm so glad you're back. It just keeps going. I stopped it after about 8 sentences of just I'm so glad you're back.
I'm just so glad you're back.
Let me try this again. I'm gonna try were. Oh, those are weird. Yeah, were.
Your that one that you just read out is kind of
I'm so
going
glad
along the
you're
path
back.
of what my second one is a bit like.
I'm so glad you're back.
So
Jackson, I just wanted to.
do you want to go?
Do
Do you want to go now, or do you want me to go?
I'm so glad you're back. Now go. I got.
Okay, so this is the second one with the same prompt, right? But it gets a bit. It gets a bit romantic, and I don't like it.
Did you at least not put my name in it?
No, I had to put our names in it.
Oh, of course you did.
But
Sick.
I wish
Sick.
I didn't, because you'll hear why. So the prompt was: there were 2 average blokes
As
called
he
Jackson and
grabbed
Troy.
onto his massive.
End of prompt. They were both in the army and they had been to many countries. Troy was on leave from Iraq and Jackson was in Ireland for an AODS, whatever that is.
I've seen some things with my good eye, mate.
The majority of the soldiers were from the UK and had been to Ireland already. They both had amazing hair and were from lots of different walks of life. Troy was better than Jackson, but Jackson was better looking. They came together. They liked the same music.
It's gone to fiction now. It was reality, but then as soon as it said you were more handsome, I was just like, nah.
Not true.
I'm not. I've lost the. What's the word I'm looking for? When you're engrossed in something, you're in that world.
Yeah, you're a bit dreamy.
reality snapped back.
Yeah. They liked the same music. They even wore the same clothes, except for Jackson's boots. Jackson was much more muscular than Troy, and he had a smooth face.
You've lost me again.
While Troy had a scar on his face. Do you have a scar on your face, Troy? Is that why you have a beard?
I mean, no, not really. I mean, no, I don't think I've got scars on my hands all over, but not on my face.
Oh no. I just read ahead. They met in Dublin, and Troy said that he needed someone to help him celebrate his freedom. I don't know, freedom from what? They went to a club, and they both enjoyed themselves thoroughly. This is where it gets sketchy.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, the boys are back.
Oh no. Okay. Troy is gay. And Troy is gay for Jackson.
Oh, God.
Kid you not.
I'm glad my wife... You know your wife is standing right behind you.
She was.
Was she actually?
Yeah, she not really.
I'm glad I'm not reading this out. Hey, Courtney, apparently I'm gay for Jackson. We're going to have to get a divorce. How are you getting... Why are you getting all this good stuff?
This is not
How
finished.
Are you getting
it's
all
not finished yet. It's not finished yet. A military
How many
relationship...
words?
I don't know. A military relationship is a constant testing ground for a man, unless he is very good at compartmentalizing. Don't know what that means. Often, when they meet a partner or a love interest, it will be over the internet, and it will be even more deceitful than if they had been seen him or her in person. After the army, they will be married, perhaps have children, and be completely unaware of the fact that the other one is gay. The odds of him...
Wait, so you're gay as well?
The odds of him discovering Troy's secret are fairly low. If he doesn't take into account that Troy wears a wig and only has female genitalia.
Wait, what?
Having said that, Troy does at least have to assume that Jackson is straight until he sees the penis.
Can you read that back to me? Roll that back.
Okay, I'll go back to before. Okay.
Go back to when I became a transgender.
So the odds of him discovering Troy's secret of being gay are fairly low. If he doesn't take into account that Troy wears a wig and only has female genitalia.
So I'm gay. I'm a trans woman.
You want to be trans, I think, is what's going on here.
I'm so confused. Do I have female genitalia?
I know, but having said that, Troy does at least have to assume that Jackson is straight until he sees a penis.
Hold on a second. Okay.
This story's too real.
Oh my goodness. How did they know? How did it know about the JJ?
In some ways, they have it easy as neither have to deal with any of the downsides that come with being gay. An affair is always risky, but they don't have to hide their true sexual identity or anything that they do in the privacy of their own bedrooms. The end.
Alright, so, okay, go back to the website. I want to know what you put in, setting-wise for
event settings. I've got sampling at 0.9. The nucleus sampling top P, 0.9.
Yep.
And the sampling temperature at
1. 0.9. So give me a second. I'm going to go 0.9. Oh, so it's at the highest. Or not the highest.
It's
0.9.
nearly the highest.
Yep. And then sampling is 1.
Yeah.
So, I see. Give me a second.
And I did 1,000 characters.
1,000. Well, I'll put that back up. I got another 7. Okay. I've put Jackson played Kirby. Generate.
Okay.
I'm going to generate it. All right. Okay. It replaced... Oh, whoops. I see what I've done wrong. Hold on. I'm going to stop that.
Oh, that was too good, that one. Like when I first... That was the first one I ever did, right? And then I was like, no, this can't be right. And then it just ended up being...
I'm going to start at the beginning.
Okay.
Because for some... It said played, and then it moved the played to the side and changed it to play.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
All right, here we go. Jackson played Kirby. In the Kirby games, back in the day, he was always... looked really confused and distant. I think he is pretty lonely and sad. Though because he always had this weird thought process that was just really perplexing. I remember one game, a young boy named Cutler. Cutler said something to Kirby, and it sounded like he said Kirby really sucks. Kirby is a really shitty Kirby. He can't even breathe.
my gosh, this is
Kirby
really...
then yelled, "Kirby, Kirby, you suck."
Literally, it's all he does, though.
Which only seemed to piss him off more. This may have just been a terrible hack that was working on. So I'm guessing that's meant to be you're playing the game and your game's been hacked or something.
That's good. That's good.
You can't even... As I was browsing around Tumblr, which is
Quotation
the
marks.
narrator, no, a comma, not comma,
okay.
a bracket.
Okay.
Bracket, which is a place I never visit, but look
True, I don't visit
at
Tumblr.
constantly for reference for all my Tumblr rant stuff. I saw the age-old Jack Kirby must be upset about the success of the new Kirby games. Bullshit. And just put together the following: lol.
Oh gosh.
Jack Kirby really must really sad. Kirby is really lonely. He just goes around all day in his garden and looks at his tomatoes. His own tomato garden. Nothing to do. He just sits there and...
Oh, that's...
What?
That sounds so accurate to something.
What?
Like,
why did Tumblr get involved?
I don't know. I never used Tumblr, which is actually scarily accurate. But like the fact that it's like, Kirby, you suck. Literally, that's all Kirby does. I like the reference that they use tomato, and literally because like there's the M tomato, which helps give regain health.
I didn't do that. That was the program.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's very clever. Like it noticed the reference of using a tomato. Like that's what the M tomato does.
You mean it got from the word Kirby? It got games. It got Tumblr, and it got tomato.
What was the character? The character name Slater? No, Cutter.
Cutler.
I'm pretty sure isn't that that's the dude that throws the blades, isn't it? Or is that Sir Cutler?
I don't know. I'll have a quick look. But I don't know. He's masked something.
Okay.
Kirby
rival.
Cutler? I don't think it's Cutler. It's Meta Knight or Meta Knight.
Meta Knight's the main dude, but there's a little enemy dude called Cutler. Maybe not.
Oh, is there? Oh, maybe.
The little sword. He has a full-on knight's helmet, and
that's Meta Knight.
No. Let me just go Kirby.
He has a mask. Are you talking about
enemy? Let me just have a look here. It might not be Kirby. Here we go. I'm looking at the names. Let's see. It starts at C. It doesn't. Okay, so maybe not. Never mind.
So what? So describe the character.
Oh no. Okay, the closest thing I was thinking of was Knuckle Joe. It's Kibbleblade. Kibbleblade is the one I'm thinking of. I think.
Ah, okay.
Kibbleblade. Yes, Kibbleblade is the one I'm thinking of.
Fair enough.
Yes.
You should play the old Kirby game or the collection one.
Yeah, I think there might be some on the Nintendo Switch Online. I'll have a check. But I've got one more story. I've got one more story. Now this is not as crazy as that last one, but it's up there.
Alright, but before that, I've got a quick story for you.
Okay, go on. Yes.
Would you like to know what has happened with technology recently?
Okay, yeah.
Within the last couple of days?
Sure, tell me.
I'll tell you a little secret that only I know.
Yeah.
Microsoft has decided to no longer have Internet Explorer.
Oh, that's right. And a lot of Japanese people were upset because they didn't know it was going to happen. And then a lot of their systems were on Internet Explorer and they were panicking mad and this is true. Apparently a lot of Japanese industries and companies weren't aware and prepared and they saved to the last second to transfer over to Edge or whatever. So
really?
Yeah. There was an article about it in Japanese.
Well, it says here Mike's retiring the consumer version.
So I think that's the one that they were talking about.
What confuses me, right, is like these tech giants, like you think Microsoft would be a bit smarter. Don't get rid of Internet Explorer and create Microsoft Edge, right?
Yeah.
Just create Microsoft Edge and repackage it as Internet Explorer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like just say it's a new get rid of the old Internet Explorer. They should have gotten rid of it ages ago. But they should have changed the name. Just change the program. Just change the type of program. Well, keep the same name.
Well, the thing is too, because like when when Internet Explorer was around, when it first came out, it was the only browser software we could use. But then, like, the rise of Google Chrome, is the Firefox, Opera's the weird gaming one. I think it's called Opera.
Opera's not really a gaming one. You can get the Opera gaming one, but I think they've repackaged themselves. But it kind of is. I used Opera to basically hack into Adventure Quest.
Okay.
So what you could do is you could set it up because it was a browser-based game. You could actually go into the page and edit it so you get a specific enemy, and you could actually change how much gold you got in the game.
Yeah.
And experience. Because and that's what I used Opera for, because it was a lot easier to actually to install a program that would edit the web page. Those were the good old days of Adventure Quest.
Let's have a little moments of silence, not too long, but a little moment of silence for Internet Explorer, for all the wonderful things it kind of did for us, I guess.
You gonna play the Anzac song?
No, I'm just having a random moment of silence for it.
No, like put in an edit.
I'll do like the sad violin sound. Because I remember, obviously, like, back in the day of dial-up, you literally had to take the cable out of the phone to put it into your laptop or computer, and then the old dial-up sound will happen, and it was just, those were the days when Internet Explorer was there.
We didn't, when I was growing up, we already had the second cable, so basically you just couldn't use the phone and the internet
at the same time.
Yeah, there was we didn't have to disconnect and reconnect, which was nice.
Oh, cool, nice.
So I'd be in the middle of playing RuneScape or something, and next thing you know, like, what? Why's my game cut? And like Judy's like, I'm using the phone.
She's on the phone.
I'm on the phone.
Yeah, luckily we don't have those days anymore. All right,
exactly,
so I'm going to read you this last story that I've generated before we went to recording. So this time, I had to use their names again, but the prompt was different.
This is going to be the generation episode.
So this prompt was, Jackson and Troy are two good average friends, and that's it. And then here we go. This is where it starts generating.
Oh no, here we go.
Jackson is a girl's boy. No, Jackson is a girl's boy. And isn't
girly boy, accurate, girly boy, yes.
And isn't he able to stand up for himself when Troy comes in and starts barking at all the girls and trying to take their pictures, and he can't handle it. Troy is just an immature 13-year-old that has been told to look out for Jackson and not really be a huge nuisance to him. But when one of the girls that likes Jackson walks into a room, they are always in together. She's immediately the center of attention and can't handle it at all, and shoves Troy into the wall. And it's Troy's job to get Jackson to take care of all the girls for Troy.
I'm starting to think you wrote this for yourself.
This is auto-generated, because you can tell this is auto-generated. Because the next line...
I auto-generated this.
The next line says, "This book is realistic." Jackson is the typical guy. He can't be still for anything and loves to be in the middle of things. Scarily true. But when Troy starts barking at the girls, he has to step in. This is how the book starts and how most of the book is. It's a nice read. It's a nice read.
13-year-old. Were we brothers or mates in this? What was it? At the start.
Troy has lots of good lines in this book, and when Jackson is mean, Troy is the one that steps in. It's nice to have a real-life male character, Jackson.
Were we tell me, were we friends in this? Or were we
it's just that Jackson and Troy are two good average friends, and that Jackson's a girl's boy, and he's able to stand for himself when Troy comes in and starts barking at the girls. Troy's just an immature 13-year-old that's been told to look out for Jackson and not be a huge nuisance.
I'm just imagining, like, you walk into a room and this girl goes, "Hey, Jackson," you just see me come running in. She's just like, what the heck?
You can imagine like how many stupid like sitcom TV shows you could write using this program. Like, yeah, it was just a little prompt.
It would be the Jackson and Troy show, and the opening would be, "Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs?"
I wanna do one together, right? I've got a few more weekly free characters here to use. I'm going to use 1,000 because I want to use them up, because I'm not going to use this program again for a little while, I dare think. So I want to.
Go bald. Go. Oh, you can only use 1,000.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I got 1,000 left to use anyway. So.
You tell me what I type and I'll put it in. You type it as well. We'll see what we'll get.
Okay, so I write something. How about we do this, right? I write something about you, and then you write something as the prompt.
We write the same thing and see what.
Okay. All right then. Okay, we've got to think of what's a good prompt though. What's we should do something like Rocket League related. Like, what's your prompt gonna be?
Jackson always. Yep.
Cuts in front of me in Rocket League.
Ways. Steals Troy's saves in.
So what were you
Rocket.
saying? Jackson always
steals.
Except always steals.
Always steals.
Troy's
saves in Rocket.
Saves in Rocket League.
Yep. I spelled it right.
Yep.
In Rocket League.
Anything else?
But that's okay. Okay.
But that's okay. But that's
because
that's okay.
Because Troy always has the highest score.
Always has. This is okay. I see what's going on here.
Comma, and he can.
And he can. What can he do?
Reset. Flip reset.
Cool. Good for you. I can't.
I just put that in so we can get more. What is wrong with this thing?
Okay, so I've wrote the same thing as you, I think. Jackson always steals Troy's saves in Rocket League, but that's okay because Troy always has higher score and he can flip reset. Do we need to get rid of the flip reset part?
Oh, that's so annoying. We're going to have to go with yours. For some reason, like Chrome acted up.
I'm using Chrome as well, but it's okay.
That's all good. No, but my Chrome, I don't know what happened. Maybe it's because I'm recording the screen, but it just kind of removed it.
Okay.
So we'll just go with yours.
I've got Jackson always steals Troy's saves in Rocket League, but that's okay because Troy always has a higher score and he can flip reset. Generating text.
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh, I did the same thing. Okay, why are you going there? Why? No, stop.
Technology.
It decided to go mid sentence. Oh, let me try again.
Okay.
Here we go. Okay. 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 Jackson always steals Troy's saves in Rocket League, but that's okay because Troy always has the highest score and he can flip reset. With that out of the way,
it sounds like something a grade six would write. What did you write? What did you do this week? You got to write a journal in like primary school, and it's like. sorry.
No. I'm not reacting to you. I'm reacting to what the heck this thing just did. Okay.
What did it do?
With that out of the way, I'm ready to roll, or maybe just throw. If you're not throwing this matchup, it's a wonderful time because of the different maps and your vehicle's abilities, with a smorgasbord of options. If you're a competitive player, then
it's like a game review for the game, and it hasn't of someone who hasn't played it.
You'll get okay. Keep that in mind. If you're a competitive player, then I'm sure you're not reading this, so don't worry about that. You'll win. You can just hold off. But if you don't do it, you're not an advocate of Rocket League. You should probably still play at least one. That one will make your heart smile. Rocket League on Nintendo Switch on IGN, 9 out of 10. Smooth is the new fast. Kat Bailey is an editor of IGN. You can follow her on Twitter. 10 out of 10. Chris Carter is the executive. It just went into full-on advertisement.
Well, that's pretty much that sums up technology.
Chris Carter is the executive editor of IGN PlayStation. You can follow him on Twitter and IGN, and then just how sad the life of New York Islanders and New York Jets fans can be. I don't want to know. How did they go from Rocket League to like this person learns about how sad people are about New York Islanders and New York Jets can be?
Wait, New York Jets?
Rocket League is coming to the Nintendo Switch soon, and a bunch of YouTubers have gotten together to play the game on the platform. It's a compilation of some of the best. Yeah, this thing is like, Rocket League. I know.
Crying.
Ads for
That's
Rocket League.
That's me crying on the inside. Oh, well, they know their demographic.
But anyway.
Alright, now we type AI.
It sucks.
And see what comes up.
Well,
Generate.
I've only got 120 characters left.
AI had already disrupted auto manufacturing, healthcare, financial services, and more. Now it has arrived at Wall Street too, when Google first began hiring talent in the AI field in 2012. That was 200. Let's go with 1,000. Most of the engineers were themselves inspired by deep familiarity with and deep learning models that form the core of the Google Brain project.
I'm gonna type AI is cool as Jackson.
AI is what? Called Jackson. No, search Tay. Search AI as Tay.
This thing just took a turn straight away.
It took a turn for the worse.
So
A complete
AI
U-turn.
is cool as Jackson's daughter, but the fact that she's a robot is, well, unnerving. That's something you don't see every day. One night the demons once again get into
I knew your kid was a robot. The way she looks at me.
That's something
Very
you don't see every day.
robotic.
One night the demons once again get to me, and my wife and daughter sleep on the living room floor.
Demons come. Jackson, we've come for you.
Anyway, Darth Vader was sincere for a second. I go to work where I continue to
was a
stare at the computer
demon.
for 8
Oh my
hours without
goodness.
actually typing anything. It's the
Didn't sound
exact
like Darth
same.
Vader at all.
It's the exact same every day. I type the basic information, run a few programs, and type a simple message that says, "Ends up we didn't get what? Ends up we didn't get any inventory. Did you guys get any? I don't remember you guys ever needing anything before. After I send that message, I go back to staring at the screen. I don't think my coworkers realize what I'm doing. Neither do I, to be honest. When I go home, there's usually another message waiting for me, and so it goes. Sometimes I actually get up and go.
Alright, GG's boys. It's been an hour. Let's head off.
It's been 57 minutes, but yeah, I suppose we could.
I've been
wrap it up
recording
there.
for an hour.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, we learned a lot today. We learned that AI is good and bad and dumb and smart.
I don't think we learned anything. I
Robot,
think we just dribbled on.
robot vacuums,
Dribbled on.
little babies, and AI narrative story creators
I learned-
are funny.
I learned your kid's a robot.
Yeah, apparently my kid's a robot. But you
And
learn
I
something
figured
every
out
day.
and I figured out something about myself. I'm getting old.
Yeah, that's fair.
This
Understandable.
damn technology ain't got no
No, Troy,
idea.
but didn't you hear?
What
According
is
to the
them-
story, according to the story, you're in your early 20s.
What are these NFTs? What's an NFT?
But
Is
di-
it some new? Is it neutral fuel league?
But you're in your early 20s.
What does? Yeah, but I still feel old.
That's what the story
If
said
you
anyway.
start saying you're old early, no. According to the story, I'm 13, and I bark at the girls.
You're an immature 13-year-old.
I'm also gay, but I'm gay. I'm gay for you. But
You
I
wear a
have
wig, you wear a
But I
wig.
have a vagina.
You wear a wig and you have female
Genitalia.
genitalia.
Does that mean you're also a chick as well? Because if I'm gay for you, you must also
No.
have female. Wait a minute.
Jackson's
No,
only
that's not true.
Jackson's only straight until he sees a penis.
Look, sorry, so you're gay every time you have a shower.
For myself, I guess.
Yeah, well, you look in the mirror. Damn, boy. Damn.
I hope people are still.
I
hope people are still watching and listening to this
I
video
do.
because this is what
I do me. Damn.
I'm mighty
Damn.
fine.
You
I
gotta,
do
you
me.
gotta do the
Hit me up.
damn boy. Damn. He thick boy. That's probably really loud.
If you guys are still watching and listening, thank you. I'm so glad you've up to this point. But yeah,
Oh man, I just like
Oh.
every time I yell, I look at the audio spike and I just go, "That's gonna sound really crappy with this."
no, or something. It's like oh, something funny was said then. But yeah.
Damn.
All right.
Damn, boy.
Thank you guys for watching or listening. Appreciate you guys being here.
I don't appreciate you at all.
No, it's understandable.
Because the only people who watch any of this, if they even get this far on my channel, are like 3 of my friends.
Well, I will say my last one got like 15 views and 2 likes. So
Yeah, but did you check to see how long they actually listened to things?
I'm not really fussed, to be honest.
You can
Not
say
really
whatever you
fussed.
want right now. None of your fans will hear. They won't get this.
If you're listening, if you got to this far, use the hashtag #AverageBlokesAI on Twitter or my Discord or in the comments below.
If you got this far, put in a comment saying I got this far. Suck it, Troy.
Or use the hashtag Kirby sucks.
no, use the hashtag. Use the hashtag. Barked at the girls. Unfortunately, in high school, that would actually describe my behaviour a little bit. I did bark at the girls.
Or the last optional one, use hashtag Jackson's a girly boy.
I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna leave that.
Alright, guys. Thank you very much for watching or listening, and we'll see you all next time. GG.
All right, take care. Bye bye. GG's.